What's up, boys? Zaid here with another Duel Book replay for you. This is post the ban list and post the Megatins coming out. You got me in red playing against Broken Heart Prankster. Broken Heart is playing Prank Kids. I'm playing Dragon Link. And I get to go first. I opened a Nib, Bell, Skullmeister, Nocto. You might be wondering why I'm maining all those different hand traps, and it's because Crossout's out. So I'm playing Crossout. And I go Chaos Space into White Dragon. Banish Special, Link Away, Chain Link, 2 Striker, add Boot Sector, add Black. Then I'm going to summon Black out. Chaos Space, put back White, draw in a Charger, Link into Romulus, Chain Link 2 Black Dragon, search White, Chain Link 1 add Ravine, and then activate Ravine, send White, effect, send Ab, and then add Tracer. Just basic Dragon Link combos, because that deck didn't get touched on the list. I think this is the best deck post the ban list, at least until Burst of Destiny drops. For the I think week or two that we have until then, I think this deck is the best deck. But the whole meta changes really soon. Then I go Special Tracer, Special Recharger, activate Knock the Vision. The opponent just scoops it up, really seeing that there's not much of a place to do anything there and not wanting to reveal any knowledge. He did have Gamma. So I guess I don't know where would have been best. I chain blocked pretty well up into that point. Once I summoned Nocto there, I'd probably sink into the level, or I'd activate the Tracer, and he could Gamma the Tracer, but I would still get to end on a couple interruptions, I think. At least a Seal, and then I don't even think he could play through Seal unless he drew another name. But he probably, I don't know if I would have scooped there, honestly. Here we were talking about what decks we thought would be best deck, and he said he agreed Dragon Link. Here, this hand is very going second-y. It kind of made me wonder, going first-y. It made me wonder if Crossout's actually a card I would want going second. Because it still stops hand traps and a bunch of other cards. So, maybe it still just is. But if they're going first, they side in back row and stuff. So, I don't know. I'm going to need to test with this card a lot more. But the opponent opened Reborn, Pandemonium, Judgment. There can be only one in Pranks. So he doesn't have combo, but he does have trap cards that are going to stun me out the game. I draw the Tracer. Activate, normal Tracer, he goes there, can on the summon. So before the space gets dropped. And I'm going to swing 16. Set, activate space, search, pass. And then the turn's going to roll around to him. He draws an Nibiru, set 1 pass. I draw Droll, hit for 16. We're not really making anything happen here, but neither is he. And then he draws Dropsies, and he can start making things happen. He goes Drop Effect. Gain 1,000, summon Fire. Link. Search and summon. He's going to probably add Fusion or Field Spell. Yeah, adds Fusion, summons Roxy's. And here I'm going to Droll. I don't know if I would have Drolled if he would have summoned out Wind. I was kind of thinking about it, but then he summoned Rock, and it just kind of stops us from floating, so it felt correct. And then from here, let's see what happens. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The Pranks comes down, pitch, summon, Reborn, bring it back. Link 3, and then Link 4. He links the token and the Link 2 into Uni, and then the Dropsies and the Uni into access code. Access will clear my board. This puts me in a pretty rough spot, to be honest. This is another spot where Crossout's kind of bad, is it doesn't contribute to breaking a board. That's why it feels like it's probably able to be sided out going second. Because, if they have hand traps that are going to interrupt me, yeah, it'll be nice to stop, but they're going to also have a board, and that's, almost a guarantee. Here, he didn't physically have a board, and I didn't know what deck he was on yet because of the quick concede game 1. So I didn't side in any back row removal, but still, Crossout just doesn't feel great this game. But again, this is, anecdotal. It's only one game. I'm going to summon Blackout, space, put back White, draw a card. And I'm punching into the transcode, or the access code. Search White, space, pitch the White to add Levy. But he's got a Judgment for the Levy summon, so I just scoop it up. There's nothing I could do there. He kills me next turn. Game 3, I go first. And this game is kind of goofy. He opens Desires, 2 names, a nib, and a drop. And I open Safer, Lancia, White Dragon, Nocto, Ravine. Lancia's not really good against this deck. It's just a one of in my list for what's it called? I sided it in for the Crossout. This deck doesn't like always lose to it. Like this hand is fine, I guess, if they had a Lancia, but it felt like a safe card to side in. Here it kind of bites me in the ass because it doesn't do anything. But I summon Safer, tribute the Nocto for Ab, then Ravine, pitch Ab, send Levy, search Tracer. Link into Striker, Striker search field spell. Play the White Dragon out. Link into the Hieratic Seal. So I feel pretty safe here from a Nibiru. Because I drew the Ravine, I didn't have to go into the card to search Ravine, the Romulus, so I could just go straight into this. Then I add the Black Dragon, activate Sector, Sector summon Tracer, Tracer effect. And then we're going to get the, what's it called? Rocket Recharger out. Here, Nib is going to be dropped. Yeah. I'm sitting here thinking that maybe I just shouldn't have used Tracer. And I should have specialed this out. And then he would have been forced to do it there. And I'd still have Tracer effect. Which I don't know if that would actually be better. We'll see in a sec. I'll point out where I think it might have mattered. So he drops the Nib. And then I summon out the Black Metal Dragon. Now I'm going to link these two into an IP. Black Metal effect is going to proc. We're going to search Red MD. This card felt really good playing through Nib. It felt like if I didn't have that, I was almost out of options. But because I had it, I was able to still do a lot. So I dropped the Levy, banishing 3 Darks to rip a card. And we missed the cards that would probably be best to hit, being the Droplet or the Desires. But we hit one of the prank names. But it was a 50-50, and we didn't know what was going on, so it don't really matter. This also is a case where if I would have just used this Lancia in the standby phase, spoiler alert, I don't, then it could have stopped the Desires. I don't know if that's actually worth doing, though. Like, hindsight's 20/20, and it could have traded with this, at least for the turn. And it also guarantees that they can't use Roxy's. But, like, imagine if I would have hit Dropsies, Roxy stayed in hand, and I stand by Lancia. That would have been kind of cracked. But it's also, I don't know if that's, like, the optimal route to go, like, 100% of the time. Summon out Red MD, though, banishing the Levy. And then Red MD bring back this Rocket. Then I'm going to link into the Quad Boral effect. Pitch to special. I could have pitched the Black Dragon instead, but I didn't. And then here I go into a Savage. I also made a misplay where I equipped its Spheres. It's not the biggest misplay in the world, and I don't think it ended up mattering, but knowing he has Nib on board, he could, like, hypothetically just go battle phase, crash into Savage, because I didn't put one where Savage gains attack. If I put the Quad Boral, it would have gained 500, so that's something important for me to remember in the future. And then I bring out the Black Dragon, which the reason I brought the Black Dragon out was so that if I have to IP into, what's it called? If I have to IP into Appaloosa, I have the names for it. But again, like, Nibiru's out, so he just kind of, like, actually hard counters a lot of my plays. Like, this Droplet wasn't really even needed. I feel like he could have just went battle phase and then attacked over one of these interruptions, and then I would just have one interruption to have to, like, play through the Dropsies. But we'll see what actually happens. He draws Ash. And, yeah, so if I would have saved the Lancia instead of having this and just shotgunned it, the Desires would be unusable, and he would just have Droplets that could pitch Desires, Ash, negate my stuff. And then I think he'd still have full combo, though. I think he'd at least be able to get to a Battle Butler off just the Dropsies. And then, yeah, he probably would. And then still be able to out my board. But he'd have less follow-up, I'm assuming, if he were able to even do that. But he goes Desires. I negate with Boral. And then he changed Droplet, pitching the Ash and the Desires to target my guy. And then he draws Ash Desires. That's kind of funny. But so all my guys are negated, and then he summons drop, goes into the meow meow, summons Roxy's, links again for Dodo, banish desires, draw Gamma, summon Lamp, add Panda, add Broads in Atlanta, and then goes battle, punches into my IP, kills my Boral. I take a shit ton of damage. Boom, 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 boom. Man, my fingers get fucking tired of clicking. Links into another Doodle, fire effect, summon Lamp, and then links into a third Doodle, which I thought was kind of crazy. I don't know what the point of this was. Maybe to put names in grave, and brings out the drop, and then uses effect, add Prank, add Lamp. Here he misplayed though. He's gonna pitch to summon a token. He didn't realize that he used the Dropsies already this turn. And so he goes Bow Wow and uses Dropsies for Lamp. And then we were going kind of quick, so I didn't really process this till a second in. That's why he's doing all this, putting his cards back. But I was like, yo, I think you used that already. And he's like, my bad. And so he restored the game state. And then he just put 3 back, draw a card without having the monster on board. And so this puts him in kind of a bad spot where the Bow Wow Bark is going to add 2, and then the Pandemonium fuses, but he doesn't have access to the Battle Butler. But the fact is that I'm on like no cards right now, so that doesn't matter that much. I draw Rocket Synchron, which is very playable actually. Summon out Savage. He's going to use his effect, get 2 guys back. He's grabbing Dropsies and Lampsies. And then he's going to fusion into Wash. And then get both of his effects. And, like, it's very, very hard to come back from Prank Kids, like, resolving fusions multiple times. Those cards are just crazy. And so now I Synchro 9 into the Hot Red. And Hot Red, when he does damage, summons a tuner. So I swing into this to force it. And then he's going to summon 2 out. And then I'm going to swing into Nibiru. And then I'm going to kill Lampsies. And then, yeah, we get the effect of Hot to summon back Tracer. Attack with Clap into the Lamp. Took him a second, so I clicked a couple times. And then I Synchro into this dude, but I get Ashed, and I think I just scoop here. I guess I didn't, like, physically scoop, but he's definitely going to kill me. And then makes a Unicorn effect. Try to shuffle. I negate. Access code. Pop both my guys because he's got multiple types in grave. And then just swing for game. Is that the match? Dang, that was the match. Yeah, because I took game 1 real quick and then he reversed 2-0'd. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Before I completely sign off, actually, I want to think about I feel like turn 0, game 2, I feel like I want to consider in testing now if I want Crossout going first or second. And I know I want to go in first, clearly, but do I want Crossout in the main going second? And if not, why? If you guys have an answer to, like, your answer to that question, let me know. And then the other thing is, against a prank deck, should I shotgun Lancia or should I not even side that in? Like, is having it for... Am I that worried about them siding in a Lancia against my deck that I would want one of it in for Crossout? Or would I just not? But if I do it, do you shotgun it to turn off cards like the Pots and to stop the Roxys? But I guess that plays very hard into Gamma if they play Gamma too. So yeah, let me know what you guys think on those things. I'm going to continue to ponder them as I playtest, and take it easy.